again to the mathematics class of class 6. Today I will make you learn the fourth chapter, that is integers. In the earlier chapters we have already learned about the natural numbers, whole numbers and operations on them. In this chapter we will extend our concept of number system from whole numbers to integers. Students, in our day-to-day life, we come across many situations involving the use of opposites. Let's discuss some of them. Profit. The opposite of profit is loss. Increase in temperature. The opposite of it is decrease in temperature. Above the sea level, below the sea level. Debit of money. Opposite of it is credit of money. So students, let's first learn the concept of integers on the number line. So students, we already know the concept of whole numbers on the number line. What is that? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. We all know as we move away from the 0, the numbers are increasing. Increasing means that 1 is greater than 0, 2 is greater than 1, 3 is greater than 2, 4 is greater than 3 and so on. But students, as we move away from 0, on the left hand side of the number line, like this students, the numbers are decreasing. See, 0 is greater than minus 1. Minus 1 is greater than minus 2 and minus 2 is greater than minus 3. So what did we notice students? That 0 holds the mid position on the number line. On the right hand side all the positive integers are there and on the left hand side all the negative integers are there. On the right hand side as we move away from 0 the numbers are increasing and on the left hand side as we move away from the 0 the numbers are decreasing. So positive integers on the right hand side and negative integers on the left hand side. Now students, let's learn to represent some real life situations with the help of integers. First is gain of weight by 250 kg. No, 250 will be too much. Gain of weight by say 10 kg. How will you represent this with the help of integers? You can simply write gain is plus 10. Now suppose second we are taking going towards north, going towards east, going towards north, east, west, south. So students, this we all know north, east, west and south. So going towards north, that means we are going upside. This is plus. Going towards north will be represented by plus. Going towards south, that means we are going downside, it will be represented by a minus sign. Going towards east, that means we are moving on the right hand side from this midpoint, it is plus, and going towards west, you can say will be represented by minus sign. Next students, above the sea level, below the sea level, this is this. Above the sea level plus and below the sea level will be represented by negative integer. Withdrawal of money. Suppose students, withdrawal of money, 200, 1000, whatever money you are taking, withdrawal means you are lacking some money from your account. So it will be represented by minus. Saving of money on the other hand side will be represented by a positive integer plus. So these are the methods to represent some real life situations with the help of integers. Now students, let's learn the absolute value of an integer. The absolute value of an integer is the numerical value of the integer regardless of its sign. On a number line, the absolute value of an integer is considered as the distance of the integer from 0 irrespective of its direction. The absolute value of any integer a is denoted by mod of a, that is by drawing two vertical lines on the either side of the integer. Let's see how. Suppose students, this is a and the absolute value of a will be represented by drawing two vertical lines on the either side of the a. And the value of this a will be a. Suppose students, if we take minus a, then again its value will be a. Let's take some example. Minus 9, and the absolute value of minus 9 will be 9. 0, the absolute value of 0 will be 0. So students, what we have concluded that the absolute value of any integer will be the same integer regardless of its sign. Now students, let's take one more example. Make a number line and take its mid position. Suppose one girl U is standing here and another girl, suppose R is standing here. One girl is standing on the right side of the number line and another girl is standing on the left hand side of the number line. One girl is facing towards east and another girl is facing towards west. And suppose both of them have covered 2 kilometer distance from 0, from the initial position, and 2 kilometer here. According to integer, she has covered, that means R has covered minus 2 kilometer and U has covered 2 kilometer. But our absolute value of integer says we will not consider the sign of this in the distance, because if we take the distance covered by R as minus 2, this means that she has covered no distance, isn't it? That's why in this type of cases we take the mod of this minus 2. That means R has covered the 2 kilometer. Similarly, U has also covered the 2 kilometer. That means both of them have covered the same distance. Thus, we have concluded that mod of A, where A is the positive or negative as the absolute value of number, denotes its distance from 0 on the number line. Now students, let's do some questions from the Learning Check 4.1 which are given in the book. Question 1 is, give the opposites of increase in population. Increase in population, the opposite of this students is decrease in population. The second one is 300 BC. BC means before Christ, time before Jesus Christ was born. And the opposite of this is AD, that is Anno Domini, in the years of the Lord. Second one is students, use a number line to write points corresponding to each of the following. The first one is opposite of 7. Opposite of 7. Here it is 7 students, and the opposite of 7 will be minus 7. The second one is 3 units less than 4. 3 units less than 4. Where the 4 is, students, this. And 3 units less. 1, 2, 3. That means where? 1. Again, the next question is, students, 6 units less than 1. 6 units less than 1. Where the 1 is? It is here. You have to go back 6 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where are you now? Minus 5. The fourth one is value opposite of A. Value opposite of A. Opposite of A is the students. We already know it is on minus 7, and the opposite of minus 7 is 7, and the value it is n. So this was the question number 2. Let's see the question number 3, students. You have to compare the integers by putting greater or smaller sign. For this, students, let's make a number line like this, and I am writing the numbers, that is the integers of the left hand side of the number line, because the integers which are given to you are all negative and which are represented on the left hand side of the number line. See how you have to do. You have to compare minus 6 and minus 8. Minus 6 is here and minus 8 is here. Students, I have already told you one thing about the number line, that as the integers move away from 0 on the left hand side of the number line, the integers become smaller and smaller. So let's compare which integer is more farther than 0, minus 6 or minus 8. Minus 8 is, students, is more farther than minus 6. So minus 6 is greater than minus 8. The same is here, students. Minus 1 is greater or minus 2 is greater. Simply you will again, this is here, students, minus 1 and minus 2 is here. This is minus 2 and this is minus 1. Now compare their distance from 0. It is minus 1 and it is minus 2. So, and I have already told you that the integer which is more farther than 0 on the left hand side is smaller. So minus 1 is greater. Now you can directly write it here without comparing or without making the distance from 0. This is minus 7, which is much closer to 0. This will be greater than minus 15. Here it is greater, here it is greater, and here minus 97 is greater. Question number 4 is, students, arrange the following numbers in ascending order. Ascending order means, students, you have to arrange the numbers from greater to smaller. Minus 4, minus 125, minus 21, minus 60 and minus 48. All the integers are negative here, students. So increasing order means smaller to greater. So which one is the smallest integers, students? Minus 125 is the smallest one. Then after minus 60. Then after minus 48. And then minus 21 and then minus 4. Because minus 4 is much closer to 0 than minus 21 and minus 21 is much closer to 0 than minus 48 and so on. Similarly, students, question number 5 is you have to arrange the following integers in descending order. Descending order means from greater to smaller. That the question is minus 2, minus 15, minus 53, minus 26 and minus 85. So students, tell me which one is the biggest one? Minus 2 is the biggest one among all these 5. Then after minus 15, then minus 26, then minus 53, and the smallest one is minus 85, because minus 85 is farthest among all these integers on the number line. Now students, let's start the learning check 4.2. The first question is, represent the following numbers on a number line. Plus 5. You have to represent plus 5 on the number line. Students, as we all know that this is 0. On the right hand side, we write positive integers. And on the left hand side, we write negative integers, -1, -2, -3 and so on. We have to represent a positive integer plus, which is here. See the second part of this question. It is -10. You will make again a number line and a 0 is here. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9 and -10. So students, and here on you can also represent the positive integers and 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Where is -10? It is on the left hand side of the 0, that is on the left hand side of the number line. Similarly, you can do the rest of the questions. Now let's see the question number 2. Locate the larger integer in each of the following pairs of integers. Few pairs are given to you students. The first pair of 1 and 6. You have to tell which one is the greater one. So you can say 6 is greater than 1. In the second students, -1 and -6. -1 and -6, which one is greater? We all know -1 is nearer to 0 than -6. So -1 is greater than -6. Now see question number 3. Using a number line, you have to compare the numbers. You can do it. Question number 4. Write 4 negative integers greater than -2. Greater than -20. You have to write 4 negative integers greater than -20. Greater than -20 are students -19, -18, -17 and so on the right hand side. Yeah, towards right hand side. Now students, let's see question number 8. Find the value of. You have to find the value of -49. That means you have to find the absolute value of this, which is equals to 49. The absolute value of, see the third question, 9 minus 8. It is equals to 1 students, which is equals to 1. Similarly, here see question number 4. It is little bit different. 25 minus mod of -12 plus mod of -10. Our question is something like this, students. So you can write 25 minus mod of 12 is plus 12 plus mod of -10 is plus 10. Now solve and get the answer. You can add 35 and 10. 25 and 10 will give you 35 minus 12 is equals to 23. Now students, let's see question number 9. Write absolute value of each. The first part of this question number 9 is 6, and the absolute value means you have to find the mod of 6, which is 6. Similarly, the second part of this question, the absolute value of -7 is 7. See question number 10. You have to find the integers between -3 and 5. -3 and 5. You have to find the integers between -3 and 5. Simple students, make a number line On the right hand side, make maximum till 5, and on the left hand side, make a number line maximum till -3. So what are the limits? -3 and 5, and how many integers are there in between these two integers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So what are those? Write them. -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. That's all for this. Thank you.